My name is Craig Dennis. Normally I work in Blairgowrie Library. I have a number of other interests, including cooking, golf, rugby, music making and music generally. And I am here today as well because I am a director of Perth Festival of the Arts. I first became involved in PFA in 1997. The then board decided that they wanted to get some fresh blood onto the committee, and because I was someone who was involved in music making in the town and was also a regular attender at concerts and festival events, I had got to know a number of the folks on the board at that time, and they simply asked if I would be interested in becoming part of the team. I was, and the rest is history. I think I was probably in primary 2 or primary 3 at school, and in those days the festival ran a series of shows for school children, and we were transported in a bus to Perth Theatre, where we saw the Purvis puppets. I remember bits and bobs about the concert. I remember being absolutely enthralled by it, and I also remember on the way back to the school, I got a row from the teacher because I wouldn't stop singing one of the songs and tunes that we had learned as part of the show. If I have to pick one, it goes way back to before I was involved in the running of the festival, and it was in St John's Kirk, and the festival that year had managed to engage the Glinka Choir of Leningrad to come and sing, and wow, what a sound. I had never heard these fabulous deep voice Russian basses that we now hear quite a lot, but at that time it was quite rare to hear those voices, and certainly not to hear them live and in the flesh. And yeah, that's, of all the concerts, I think that's the one that stays with me the most. I've been really lucky, having been involved in the festival for so many years, that I met loads and loads of really interesting artists. I could think of Michael Mara, who was lovely. The wonderful, eccentric, brilliant Sir Malcolm Arnold way back in the mid 1980s. But as it happens today, I've just heard the news about the passing not of an artist, but of a man who played quite an important part in the history and in the development and in the role of and in Perth Festival of the Arts, and that was the music critic Michael Tumelty. Michael was one of the great men of Scottish classical music. He was a great supporter of a lot of what we were doing with Perth Festival of the Arts, and of culture and of the cultural life again of Perth. He wrote and recorded about many and criticised many of the concerts that we staged over the years. He was never afraid to tell us when he personally didn't like what we were up to, which I really admired him for. He didn't just come along and praise us. If he didn't like it, he would say. And he was a man of great surprises in liking things that I wasn't entirely sure that he would. He is sadly missed in Perth. He hasn't been able to come to the festival for a wee while, and I'm sure he'll be sadly missed by all his family. So that's the great music critic Michael Tumelty, who passed away just today.